with the not so great news, we head over to our Sounders, who had gone through the first round of the MLS's Western Conference playoffs, beaten FC Dallas in 3 games in that weird new format. Um, and then they were set to play LAFC. Obviously there's some history of LAFC. Back in 2019, the Sounders beat them um, on their way to winning MLS Cup that year. So this LAFC had only beaten the Sounders once in their head-to-head history. Sounders had home field advantage. They had home field advantage for the rest of the Western Conference if they were able to make it that far. They're not. They weren't able to. Seattle loses at home by 1 goal. Our player of the match, midfielder João Paulo. JP, an 8.1 match rating, 86% passing, 2 chances created, and 2 shots on target. With this loss, the 19-game playoff home unbeaten streak is snapped. Yeah, not great. Not great. Seattle had 2 chances out of the box nearly immediately within the first 4 minutes. Including a Jordan Morris breakaway with a chip attempt that was saved by Maxime Crepeau. Pardon me. You'll see here in our photo of the match by Liz Wolter, kind of telling the story. Chiellini takes down Christian Roldan here just outside of the 18-yard box. Didn't get ball, but was not called by head referee Ted Uncle. You can kind of see the different reactions in the back. You can see Christian's reaction. Chiellini, not so much of a reaction there. Yeah, this game was very, very interesting. It's a tough way to end this season. Again, I talked about all the things that kind of led into it. There's the playoff home unbeaten streak. It seemed like the team was on a good run of form. They had taken care of business against Dallas. Strong defensively. Stefan Fry's been playing out of his mind. It seemed like maybe your offense was chugging along a little bit. Your history against LAFC, you were largely, almost entirely healthy. AB Sissoko was out of this game with a left quad strain, but he hasn't really gotten minutes in a long time. Yeah, there was a lot of positive heading into this game until it wasn't. The first 4 minutes, you get those 2 big chances you can't convert, but you feel good about what you were generating. Denis Bouanga gets a goal later into that first half, about the 30-minute mark, as he catches Alex Roldan was up high. Yeimar tried to bite on the pass to Bouanga, and Bouanga, the MLS's Golden Boot winner, blazes by and gets one past Fry on a tough angle. Jackson Reagan had stayed home as he tried to block off a pass inside. Sure, I understand it. I'm not entirely too mad at the play. It's more so the lack of finishing there. After that goal, LAFC kind of went into a shell. There was some weird antics. They came out of the half late. Uh, you know, Denis Bouanga got like 5 warnings before ever getting a real card. Crepeau got his first card, which should have got his second at that point in time, late into the match. But you can't blame everything on the referees. Seattle had plenty of chances, and they weren't able to convert. And that was the story of most of the summer there. It's frustrating. Nico Ladero and Raul Ruidiaz both came off the bench. Neither of them were able to make much of an impact. There were some great shots late on goal by Alex Roldan, Albert Resnack, João Paulo. All of them went either over the bar or hit the bar and went out for a corner kick. Seattle dominated the offensive statistics. It just didn't matter because they couldn't get the goal to equalize or anything. So it's a big offseason. It's a big offseason for the Sounders. There's a lot to think about. But before that, before this match, on the 20th, it was announced that the club had made 2 internal promotions. Henry Bronner was named as the club's technical director, and Wade Weber, the head coach of the Tacoma Defiance, was named as the director of development. Weber will assume all responsibility of academy lead while also being responsible for the growth and further education of the Defiance players and staff members. So interesting there, with the development of this club, obviously with the big offseason, and going forward with some of those players, some of your key players getting older, development will be such a big thing for these Sounders. So as I mentioned, looking ahead, it's a big offseason. The club has new branding that we've already seen. Several key contracts are up. Nico Ladero has seemingly already, it's all but official that he's played his final match as a sounder. So it'll be really interesting to see the different moves that Craig Weibel makes, um, and Brian Schmetzer, the input that he has. Obviously, it feels like you need an attacker up front. Leo Shu has made some great steps moving forward. I like where your midfielder's at. I would like to get Albert Rusnak back as the 10 and keep him there and not have to move him around. I like having Josh Atencio and João Paulo pairing down in that midfield like they have. Your defense has been relatively strong. So I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see this offseason. We'll certainly talk about the offseason in the next episode or so. But yeah, no, it's going to be pretty crucial to see what goes on from here and what Seattle does from here, because there's a lot of good, but also stuff that needs to be fixed, obviously. So